Kim Jong-nam, his first son, born of a love affair with an actress, is not in the running. He lives on the fringe of the regime, between visits to Tokyo Disneyland and long nights spent in the casinos of Macau.
Are you Kim Jong-nam? Are you Kim Jong-nam? No?
Kim Jong-Il had two other sons with Ko Yong-hee, his companion for 22 years. Jong-Chul and Jong-un, born in the early 80s, are only in their 20s today. The dictator has sent them to a Swiss school in Bern. They speak German, English and a little French. They are pop music fans and attend concerts in Europe. They both love basketball and especially NBA, whose matches they follow on television.
As adolescents, the two brothers began to play more serious matches. They each had a team consisting of Kim Jong-il's star and would play small matches. At the end of each match, Jong-chul gathered his partners and thanked them each one by one. That's all. Jong-un, on the other hand, under the scrutiny of Kim Jong-il, his wife and other leaders, held a real meeting with his players. Your pass earlier was the pits. You shouldn't have sent the ball to him, but to him. He was in a position to score. He spoke to the players like that, despite the fact that they were all much older than he was. Kim Jong-il said to us, "Jong-chul is not very good. He's too nice. He's like a girl." But Jong-un, I don't know why, but he's like me. By saying this, he was informing the leaders of his preference for his youngest. Among these people, there were also military leaders. He often repeated that he envisaged Jong-un as his successor.
The dictator has chosen Kim, third of the name, who will be called Jong-un. The propaganda gets on track progressively. The rise of a new sun in North Korea is announced. No images of the air filter, but he is already there, next to his father, and is beginning to collect official titles.
We have some evidence that a lot of North Koreans hadn't even heard of Kim Jong-un until the regime began promoting him in recent months. So they're going to be presented with this new leader, and their reaction is going to be, okay, you're telling me he's the son, but who is this guy? And in a Confucian society, he's very young. So there's a whole collection of factors that are going to be putting really unprecedented pressure on the ability of this regime to continue its self-justification.
This is Kim Jong-il's final challenge, to transmit some of his legitimacy to such a young son. On October the 10th, 2010, for the first time, he has him by his side in the official VIP stand for the most important military parade in the country's history. 100,000 men march past to officially celebrate the 65th anniversary of the Workers' Party. But the real issue is to celebrate the emergence of a new leader and make the first official image of Kim Jong-un a success.
During this transitional period, during the succession period, I think it makes complete sense that North Korea is going to be in a period where they are going to be seeking recurrent crises. They're going to be looking for that to keep their population in line, to remind them that they are a country under siege, which serves the interests of the regime, to create an atmosphere in which they will be asking their senior officials for loyalty.
Has artillery in place with a variety of missiles that could lay waste to at least the northern half of the city of Seoul and kill hundreds of thousands of people in the first 48 hours of a war. That they can do.
We're entering probably the greatest period of potential instability for North Korea since 1953. And that creates a situation where all this military capability, actually not only outside North Korea, but inside North Korea, is much more likely to be used than it ever has been.
For the time being, it is an armed ceasefire. On both sides of the border, the last Cold War hotspot, there is mutual observation. Since 1953, these hundreds of impenetrable wired-off kilometers separate North and South Korea. A strange balance, hanging on the fate of one man, Kim Jong-Il, who wants to impose a third generation of this unique dynastic dictatorship. At the boundary, people are ready to one day commit the barbed wire to memory, like the Berlin Wall, or to take up arms again if necessary. They never really drop them.